Hello everyone, welcome to MJ's Tabletop Creations and Games. First and foremost, I want to welcome new followers. There were quite a few followers that joined the page, so I'm thinking, well, maybe the tinfoil terrain has interested people. There are a number of questions that I would like to address in a future video, which I'll probably post later on today or tomorrow, about this material, tinfoil. And I'm using it a lot in all of my projects. And today, Friday, is the last day of Into the Ruins week. And as you know, I usually partake in a large project that I work for the entire week, and I make a series of videos and posts related to that project for the week. I do the same thing for my games, right? But today's the last day, and the last terrain piece that I want to show you guys is a hovel, a sort of broken down, ruined hovel out of tinfoil and craft sticks and foam and a bunch of other materials. So let's go to the craft bench where you will see this project, and that will mark the end of this week. Of course, I'll work on other ruins in the future and I'll show them, but I won't be making like videos the way I'm doing for this week unless people ask for it. They will be simple picture posts, right, when I have a new terrain piece. So let's go to the craft bench and check this out now. So this piece is very durable. The craft sticks and the tightness of the foam, of the tinfoil on the foam, has really made this a very tough piece. Now, fortunately, you guys can't handle it since you're on the other side of the camera, but take my word for it, it's pretty tough, and that covers the whole durability thing that people have asked about. Okay, I hope you enjoyed that, and just another thing before we go. Okay, for the construction of this piece, here you see some of the tinfoil added, and I work with small pieces of tinfoil. That's very important. You can see here that I cut some windows in the foam, so I work on covering the areas around the windows first. Don't try and wrap the whole thing in tinfoil. It won't work. So this makes the piece a lot more durable. You can see that here on the window, how I covered it. And that to me is one of the tricks. Now I'm pointing at a particular hole as I cover the tinfoil. Little holes appear. Well, I cover that with a piece that's similar in shape, right? You don't have to go too crazy about that. You just kind of eye it. But the idea is that you use little pieces at a time for the beginning of the piece. Now, once the piece, you cover all those little edges and corners, then you can start adding bigger pieces to the floor to kind of speed things up a little. And I don't worry too much about the bottom of the piece because that tinfoil will be glued to a base, and so it doesn't really matter. I usually hot glue the edges of the tinfoil and then the middle of the tinfoil, and then kind of stick those edges. Make sure that the edges and the seams are hot glued. You can see here the tinfoil takes the shape of the tinfoil, of the foam rather, as I stick it on. Okay, and here I'm adding a triangular piece for the roof because this is like a hovel. And there is the roof that I've added, and some craft sticks. I'm beginning to add the craft stick framework. Since this is a medieval style building, right, a ruined building, I add the craft sticks. This really strengthens the project as well. Okay. And there's a view of the window. I added those little cross sticks there, okay? And I made a little fireplace with some little bits of cork, okay? And that helped to make the fireplace. And there is the chimney piece. I actually wrapped some foam separately, a long piece, and wrapped it in foil and then glued it on. All right, folks. Thank you for coming to the page and for joining the page. We'll continue talking about tinfoil. I hope you like the hovel there and the table that I'm working on, the ruins table. that's going to take a little bit of work off camera so I can finish it. And when we talk about forests in the future, different kinds of forests that you can replicate for your games, we'll talk more about tinfoil and how I use it to make trees of different kinds. So, all right, folks, have a good day, and talk to you soon.